today's the day the government's had its spring budget, and the budget in the UK is where the government changed tax. So generally they put tax up for individuals and companies, and they generally put tax up on the earnings that you earn from your job, or gasoline, alcohol, cigarettes, and that sort of thing. And they generally do that at least once a year. And it doesn't really matter which government it is, whether you're blue, red, green, yellow, they all do it. And we're currently sitting at a tax burden, or an individual burden of tax, about the same level or higher than it was during the Second World War. That's how high the UK population is taxed. One thing that the government have done, though, is enabled or provided us individuals with up to £5,000 of tax-free investments in the UK stock market. So I, as an individual, or you, can invest, based on the announcement today, can invest up to £5,000 into the UK stock market free. So that, on the face of it, that's a really good thing. But what I've noticed when anything like this happens, when the government's made an announcement, or when any financial figures come out into the mainstream media, the stock market always seems to react in a completely opposite way than you expect. It's almost like they're sort of living in a different world. So what I'm going to do is jump on my computer. I'm going to have a look at the UK stock market and try to explain what I mean by the stock market doing it completely the opposite of what is rational. And I'll also look at my account to show you where my account is today, and look at one of my shares that I've been sort of a little bit nervous about, but because I have been patient with it and held it, and hopefully I can share with you that sort of patience pays off in the end. So let's have a look at my account and explain to you what I'm saying. So here is the UK stock market, and as the day progressed, the stock market was just fairly flat. It was just hovering below 7680. And then as the Chancellor started to make his speech, it slowly climbed, but then got to around 3 o'clock and then dropped off a cliff. And you would have thought, because of the announcement of the £5,000 tax incentive for buying UK shares, the UK stock market would have reacted positively. But completely sort of irrationally and against all sort of common sense, the UK stock market dropped off a cliff. But now it's just started to recover, and I anticipate as the news sinks in, the UK stock market will pick back up tomorrow and get back to where it was. So what about my trading account? Let's have a quick look at my trading account. I'll explain to you what I've been doing with my shares and why I've had some patience on my shares. So NatWest Bank, I would just want to have a look at that. And back in September, NatWest were in turmoil, and I thought it was a really good time to buy shares when they dropped off a bit. But since I bought them, typically NatWest shares have dropped, and they got right down to the early November when I was in a minus £12 deficit. So what I could have done at that point is just sold them and just, licked my wounds and thought, well, I've lost £12. But because I'm just doing this for fun, I don't need the money in the sense of I don't need to make a quick profit. I decided to hold on, and I was patient with these shares because I felt that this company was a really good, solid company and it would come back in time. And since that low point, over time, those shares have crept back up and up. They have had a couple of wobbles since, and now I'm at a stage where I'm positive £2.41. Now, by rights, I should sell these shares now, but these shares are going to be ex-dividend in April, on the 18th of April. And if I kept hold of these shares, I would get a £2 dividend. And if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that I like to get a dividend. So I'm sort of not sure what to do, whether to sell them or to hold on to them, much like I am with the BAE shares. So I'll see where that goes. However, there is a small challenge with these shares in that this company is partially owned by the UK government, and in the summer the UK government are going to sell off all the final shares they've got in this company. So what that will do, that will knock the price down. But because the UK government are going to sell them to people like me, individuals, I'm seriously thinking about, I'll get to a point where I sell these shares and then I will buy some more shares from the UK government at a discounted price. And I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll get back into NatWest when the government sold them. There's one other line of interest from my account. In fact, we'll quickly look at my account now. I'm currently standing at 247.36. The last video I did, I was 245.19. So much like I said before, the stock market moves like the waves of a tide. They come in and out and in and out, and this number changes on a daily basis. Yeah, one other item of note in my account, I have decided to ride the crest of a wave, and there's been so much noise about NVIDIA over the last few weeks where the company has made a staggering amount of money, and it makes chips for all sorts of different things, but in particular, it's really got making chips for AI applications, and it's really doing very, very well. The share price of this company just keeps going up, up and up. And I've taken a bit of a gamble really, because I've decided to buy £10 worth of shares. That's all I had left in my account, and just to see if I can sort of make a little bit of profit out of these shares. They're currently sitting at plus 37 pence, and 39 pence, I mean. And I think if those shares go up above £1, then I'll sell them. If they don't, it's a bit of a gamble really. And if they drop, then I might end up losing a bit of money here. But currently, I'm in positive territory. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope this video has been helpful and informative to you, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.